All right, guys, welcome to Under the Arch Sports. I'm Eric Hobbs,
And I'm David Woldingen.
and St. Louis City is about to begin their third season in the MLS, and it's time to preview it. What we think is going to happen, basically. Before we start with that, please, guys, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel and find us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and Spotify. Tell your friends, follow, like, subscribe, all that. Yeah, David, it's only year three, but it's it's a time of change and a new beginning for the team.
Yeah, you got a new coach. We brought in a lot of players in the transfer market over the summer. A few are healthy again. You got Thomas Ostrak and uh, Celio Pompeu, who are back from those awful injuries they had early in the season last year. So that will play a role with what this team is going to do too. I think we're going to see a different style, a little bit of a different style. You're not going to see that high press anymore that the team does. But all in all, I think with the type of players City brought in, it's going to be a change that will fit their style, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, that style is going to reflect kind of the defensive mindset of the new head coach, Olof Mellberg, former players over in Europe, and you, you hit on it. There is a lot of Scandinavian and German flavor to this team, and there's some continuity with the type of of ball that they're used to playing, right? It's going to be some pressure, but kind of more picking and choosing their spots. And yeah, this is a team that's going to be more willing to grind it out and possess the ball and wait for you to make a mistake.
Well, and Olaf is a defensive minded player, or was a defensive minded player when he was a player. So I expect him to shore up the defensive struggles that the team had last year. It kind of looked like it early on in those spring training games, if you want to call it preseason training games over in the Coachella tournament. So they already started looking like they're more compact on the defensive side. They're eliminating a lot of chances from other teams, and they were just pushing the ball forward, which is a great sign because if you can eliminate those major scoring chances, it takes the pressure off Roman Berkey, who's a fantastic goalkeeper, but he also was like second most in the leagues in shots that he saw last year. So if you can
Yeah.
eliminate some of that, it really takes the pressure off that back line. And you can possess the ball, build up from the back, and with everybody healthy, get some solid offensive schemes going.
Yeah, then the last point on the new beginnings bit here. New beginnings, new kit, new jersey. Uh I think we're in agreement here, and that is to say that we agree with just about everybody in the city of St. Louis that uh, uh, there's some nice things, but why are we giving up on the dark blue and the yellow? Why are we giving up on that so quick? It's a
Well,
very, very bland look.
what I'm going to say on the kid or jersey, whatever you want to call it, is I saw it in person, and honestly, it's kind of grown on me since I saw it in person. Just looking at pictures online doesn't do it justice. However, I think the biggest mistake they made on it was that offset darker maroon color under the armpits made it look like sweat pits or something like that. That's the only thing I really do not like about the jersey. As you said, if they would have went like blue or yellow, one of our other colors, I think it would have made the pink or the city red, if you will, pop even more. Um, I mean, it's a very basic kit, if you will.
Yeah. And for
So
me, I understand it happens in soccer sometimes. I hate the collar. To me, that's ridiculous. I mean, come on. It's not pre-World War One. You don't wear a collar when you're playing a sport. I think it's ridiculous and I think it's silly, but here we are.
well, and the other comment I'll say is I didn't like the first home jersey that we had, and it really grew on me as the 2 years went along. And I think if you win, it doesn't matter what they're wearing, you're gonna fall in love with it. So If City somehow finds a way to win this season, I don't
Oh
think it's
yeah.
going to matter.
Well, and this team, even before they got their new head coach, brought Mellberg in, even before any of that happened, as they were going through the transfer market and bringing these guys in, Marcel Hartel, for example, they started to put it together. And towards the end of the season, there were signs. To me, that was clear.
Yeah, and with the return of Pompeo as well, and
Yeah.
his ability with his ability, if he returns to form the way he was before he got hurt, his on the ball ability to create offense one on one is going to be huge for this team. I think that was something they were lacking, and they kind of brought that in with some of the guys they brought in. But if you have him on one of the wings, setting up Klaus in the middle or Simon Becher, I mean, it makes a world of difference if you have one of those guys who can just break down defenses. So it's going to be interesting to see how these lineups get set up now that it looks like everybody's healthy. And I'm kind of excited to see what this new look is going to be as the season begins and gets underway.
Yeah, I thought that towards the end of the season they were playing like a six, seven, eight, nine ranked team in the standings. I thought that's how they were playing the last handful of games of the year, with an off season to kind of get to know each other, get familiar with each other's game, and get a coach that is more geared towards that type of game, I feel. I think they're going to be a pretty solid squad. I really do. I think the playoffs is a fair expectation.
Now, I will say, outside of City, there's been a lot of moves, especially the last month or so in the league, in the transfer market, bringing in some really talented players. So overall, I think the talent and the play in the league is going to be upgraded this year. So based off what St. Louis City has done in the market comparatively to everybody else, it's going to be really interesting to see how it pans out. I'm not going to come out and say we're a top team, but I think I could see City finishing in the top 5 or 6 in the West and making the playoffs just fine, as you said. It's really going to be interesting to see how everything pans out, especially with the new team in the league. Uh, was it San Diego and
San
seeing what
Diego,
they
hey, that first road game of the year, March
yeah
1st at San Diego.
second game of the season, I believe, isn't it?
Yep, it sure is.
So we'll get to see them right away and what they look like as well. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, hey,
Uh,
we got what, 4 days as of us filming this on night. What was this, Tuesday night? Saturday, home opener against Colorado, man.
yeah, in true February fashion, I think the high for the game, or not the high, but the game time is going to be like 20 degrees. So it's
Yeah,
going
you
to be a
enjoy
cold
that.
one. Yeah,
You enjoy that.
it's going to be a cold one, but it's going to be a fun one. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot more fun had at I almost said City Park. Energizer. There we go. Energizer now with the naming rights. So yeah, I think the team's going to be good. I think you're going to see a lot better play this year.
Yeah, and over under on how many people are going to be dressed up as Energizer bunnies.
I don't care what it is. I'm taking the over.
I just hope someone on Florida Noise, the group that does the drums and stuff, I just hope one of them dresses up. Just because it would
The
be too
first game at
perfect.
least.
Yeah, it'd be too perfect not to.
Good. It's a way to keep warm.
But anyway, as the season gets underway, we'll keep everybody updated with all city news. And before I forget, if you're a T-Mobile customer, make sure you get the free MLS season pass because I know they're
Oh
offering
yeah,
it to all T-Mobile customers. That way, you can catch St. Louis City for free. Uh, anyway,
because the
here at Under
MLS
the Arch,
is
yeah.
brilliant.
Anyway, here at Under the Arch Sports, make sure you keep watching us, and we'll keep you updated all things St. Louis City.